Hey everyone, this is Pete with Looking Diecast, and today I've got some cool Hot Wheels Mainline 2020 cars. And what makes these cool is that there's variations to each one of these cars. It's either a variation on the casting itself, on the base, or on the card art. These are all widely available, so if you want to add some variation to your collection, now's a good time to be on the hunt for these cars. I'm going to show you what to look for. Variations hunting is a great way to add some interest to your collection. And although we don't really get to see too many of these days, there are a few cool ones to look out for this year. The first one that I want to show you is the 85 Honda City Turbo 2. This casting debuted in 2018, and here's what that card had to say. An absolute sensation when it hit the market in the 80s, the Honda City Turbo went against the grain, balking at the low and sleek design trends of the time, and standing strong like a stocky bulldog. No surprise, the Bulldog race was created in its honor. You may even see a little Moto Campo if you peek in the rear window. The Moto Campo was a little gas-powered scooter that folded up and fit in a car trunk. This year, the Honda City Turbo came out in three versions: a red version, a Walmart exclusive Zamac, and this silver one. The silver issue has a very minor variation that would be really easy to miss. On the driver's side, on the front grille, there's a small Honda logo, but on some releases, it's blank, there's no logo. Whoever first spotted this variation definitely has an eagle eye. I believe that both versions are pretty widely available, and I've seen personally both of them several times. This year, we got our first release of the Manga Tuner. This little car borrows elements from the Japanese Bososuko subculture. These custom cars are modified to look like they just came out of a 90s cartoon. Here's what the debut card had to say. Jump into the next chapter of tuner culture with this KY ride. It's right side steering ready, so you can cruise through the streets of Tokyo in style. The variation on this one is the card art. The first version that came out had big headlights and low hanging hoses. Apparently the folks at Mattel weren't completely satisfied with it, so they changed the card art to give the hood a pointier and more aggressive look. They narrowed down the headlights and they shortened those hoses. Just for reference, the production stamp for my first version is M39 and it's M41 for the second. Personally, I think they made the right choice. I really like that second card. Now I just need the international card that doesn't have the new for 2020 seal on the front. Up next is another card art variation, this time on the Circle Tracker. This one's a little older than the previous two. It debuted in 2009. This version was decked out to celebrate 75 years of Mattel. It has the number 75, the Mattel and Hot Wheels logos, and a bunch of other logos from the Mattel lineup. Barbie, Uno, Masters of the Universe, Monster High, and way more are featured here. To really put a stamp on things, they put a big seal on the package commemorating the establishment of Mattel way back in 1945. Except not all of the packages got the seal. I had a pretty hard time tracking down a copy that didn't have one. Fortunately, my local dollar store just got a new shipment of e-cases. That's right, e-case, and it's the end of August. Hot Wheels collecting can be crazy like that, and this is a cool card variation for sure. Finally, we come to a fan favorite, the Bone Shaker. The Bone Shaker has come out in a version with a closed roof and an open roof. This year, the closed roof version is in the mainline 3 times. Once in green in the Art Car series, once as white as a Target exclusive red edition, and on this one, it's a dark matte red. The variation on this could really easily go unnoticed. This one is a base variation, and you can only see it by reading the text underneath the car. There's basically 3 different bases for the Bone Shaker, and the most noticeable difference between the 2 that we see on this year's is the placement of the Hot Wheels logo. On this loose one, it's just to the right of the name, and on the one that's still sealed, it's above it and to the right. I looked back at a bunch of Bone Shakers, and it seems that they kind of go back and forth on the base, but it does look like this may be one of the first times that they use both bases on the same release. So that's all I've got for variations for Hot Wheels 2020 today. I know there's some more out there. Thomas the Train in the mainline's got a card art variation, and a big card art variation is in the Cruise Boulevard series in the Nissan Silvia. So if you like these variations, You might want to hit that subscribe button. I'll be showing more as I can track them down. If you know of any variations that I haven't mentioned today, drop them in the comments. Help us all out. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and until I see you next, enjoy the ride.